Hello, Chavra, Shalom Aleichem. This is another installment in this series, Sefer Jonah, verse by verse. This week we are doing Jonah, chapter 1, verse 7. This series is a thank you to my patrons on Patreon. I appreciate your support. It helps me do what I do, and I hope that I am benefiting you in your studies, and that we are all moving forward in our understanding of Hebrew. Okay, let's get going. Jonah 1, verse 7. Okay, let's look at it. Again, this is the form that you will find in your Tanakh. It has the trop, the cantillation marks. This is the cleaned up version as it would appear in a textbook. Okay, let's go ahead and read that. V'yomru ish el re'ehu lechu v'napila goralot v'neda b'shelmi hara'a hazot lanu v'yapilu goralot v'yipol hagoral al Jonah. One more time. V'yomer ish el re'ehu lechu v'napila goralot v'neda b'shelmi hara'a hazot lanu v'yapilu goralot v'yipol hagoral al Jonah. Okay, that was that. Let's look at our first little chunk. V'yomru ish el re'ehu. Okay, so this is a verb. V'yomru is certainly a verb that we've seen before. It is in the Pa'al imperfect. It is Amar is the root. Aleph Memresh. Let's go ahead and conjugate that. It is a so-called, what the primer calls a drop letter root. What other books call a one aleph root, meaning that the first letter is an aleph. Aleph is anyway, it creates problems when attaching these imperfect prefixes. So, whatever. Okay, Omar, I will say. Tomar, you will say. Tomri, you feminine. Yomar, he will say. Tomar, she will say. Note that it's the same here. Context dictates the translation we give. Nomar, we will say. Tomru, you plural. Atem, you will say. Masculine. Tomar na, aten, feminine, you plural. Yomru, they will say masculine. And tomar na, they will say feminine. Again, note that they're the same here. So context would dictate which translation value to give. Okay, so in our verse, we are using v'yomru. So yomru is the one. Yomru, they will say. So they will say, that can be found in chapter 12 of the first Hebrew primer. It has a vav. It's vav a hipuk, the reversing vav. So that's a vav patach plus an imperfect will equal a perfect. Okay, vav patach plus yomru. We'll flip the tense and v'yomru, and they said. Okay, that can be found in chapter 17 of the primer. Okay, we have a phrase here. Ish el re'ehu. I didn't find a proper discussion of this in the primer, so we'll just discuss it here. Ish is man. In this context, each man. It's understood. El re'ehu, El tu re'ehu. So a rea is a fellow, a friend. And this is possessive form. Re is a weird word because of its spelling. So therefore, it's possessive form, his masculine. It is a little off a little. So Re'ehu, that's the form. Typically, we would expect a vav with a choilim or something like that to be the possessive form. However, in this case, it is hu. So Re'ehu, his fellow. Ish el Re'ehu, each man to his fellow, essentially. So altogether, V'yomer ish el Re'ehu. And they said, what? Who's they? Each man to his fellow. Okay. Lechu. They said, Lechu. That is a Nepal imperative. Another word we've seen. It is, the root here is halach. Hey lamed chaf. In the singular imperative, lech. Lechu. Plural masculine. Lechi and lechu. Okay, so lechu, that's the word here. It just means come. So it really means go, but it's going to be translated. I'm going to give it the translation something like come, because it just kind of makes more sense. Coming and going is a little relative. The verb halach and bo can be translated either way depending on context. Okay, lechu. That's an imperative. Let's do something, essentially. Okay, that can be found in chapter 19 of the primer. Okay, napila. This is a very interesting root. This is in the hefil imperfect for nafal. Nafal and generally means to fall. However, in the hefil, it means like to cast lots. To let the dice fall, or to let the lots fall. So that's interesting that there's a special word just for that. Nafal, nun fe lamed. Let's go ahead and conjugate this. Apil, I will cast, as in lots. Napil, we will cast, as in lots. Tapil, you will cast, lots. Tapilu, you plural, masculine. Tapili, you feminine. Tapel na, you feminine plural. Yapil, he will cast lots. Yapilu, they masculine. Tapil, she will cast lots. Tapel na, they will cast lots. Okay, again, note that the congruence here between tapel na, and tapil. So that would require context in order to properly translate. Okay, that can be found in chapter 25 of the First Hebrew Primer. Now, let's look at that. So, how's it spelled in the verse? V'napila. Hey, wait, there's a hey there. What's going on? So, napil is in fact the conjugation here. We have a hey we have not seen before, the so-called cohortative hey. Okay, so napil plus hey equals napila. Okay, so the rule here for the cohortative hey, this is not something that the primer, at least to my knowledge, my reading of the primer, I did not come across a place where it discusses this. It's a slightly arcane rule. I wouldn't say it never happens, but it's not such a common occurrence. The way it works is this. The cohortative hey occurs in the first person singular and in the first person plural imperfect verbs. So if you attach the hey at the end of it, so it is like an imperative in function. So I would call it a soft imperative. So an imperative is like do this thing, whereas with the cohortative hey, it usually has a translation. It can usually be translated as let me or let us. So it's more of a soft imperative. Okay, so napila could be translated as something like let us drop or let us cast, as in let us cast lots. Okay, that's an interesting feature. Okay, gorolot. Okay, this word appears 3 times in this verse, so I went ahead and took care of all of them. Gorol is the word for a lot, some sort of gambling mechanism. It is masculine. However, it is a masculine irregular term. It receives a feminine plural ending, gorolot. Okay, gorolot. It is irregular. So a gorol is a lot or a portion. It can be found in chapter 6 of the primer. Okay, let's keep going. V'yomru ish el re'ehu. And they said, ish el re'ehu, each man to his fellow, lechu, come. V'napila gorolot, let us cast lots. Let us cast lots. V'neda. Okay, v'neda. That is Nepal imperfect. It is, the root is Yud Dalet Ein. Eda, I will know. Neda, we will know. Teda, you plural, you masculine singular, will know. Tedu, you masculine plural. Tedi, you feminine, will know. Tedana, you feminine plural. Yeda, he will know. Teda, she will know. Yedu, they will know. And again, tedana, they plural. They feminine will know. That can be found in chapter 12 of the primer. Okay, neda. Also, we find another usage of our cohortative hey. Neda plus hey equals neda. Again, the rule is with the cohortative hey, it only appears in the first person singular and plural of the imperfect verbs. It again is something like a imperative. It doesn't always have to be translated as such. It can usually be translated as let me or let us. There is also some discussion. It says when the cohortative hey is used on a verb indicating a sense of purpose, like we're doing this thing, let us do this for this person, but like for this purpose, then it frequently can be translated as so that we may. Okay, so vaneda can be translated as so that we will know. It literally means and we will know. Also, you could read it as and let us know. And let us know. If you wanted to go that route, different translations do different things. I don't know. I think and let us know or and we will know works. Whatever. There's legs to stand on for all these different options. Okay, vaneda. Now look at vaneda. So you see here the vav. There's not a patach there. So another point that the primer does not get well is this idea of the vav hipuk. They treat all vavs that are attached as a vav hipuk. In fact, in their notes to that chapter 17, I believe, they tell you as much. However, when the vav shva is attached to an imperfect, all too often it does not flip the tense. So here we are not flipping the tense. Okay, so that's one more little piece of information to juggle. Okay, v'neda, so that we will know and let us know, and we will know. We can play with it a little bit. Okay, let's keep going. V'yomru ish el re'ehu, and let us, and they said, each man to his fellow, lechu, come. V'napil gorolot, let us cast lots. V'neda, and let us know, or so that we may know. Bishel mi hara hazot lanu. Bishel mi hara hazot lanu. Okay, so this term Beshelmi is not really even a word at all. It is one of these delicious mashups of prefixes and whatnot, little words, to make one big word. Hebrew is a lot of fun that way. This is kind of a rare term for that reason, because it's just a sort of a mashup of other words. Ba, in or on. She, that. La, to, me, who. B'shel me. So, all in all, it can be translated as something like on account of who. On account of who. B'shel me. On account of who. That's what they're asking. On account of who? Hara hazot. Is this this evil? Is this evil? Yeah. Hara hazot. This is definite. Hara, and then the adjective has to be definite also. Each get a hey. This is feminine. Zot is the term in which we reference feminine words. That can be found in chapter 13 and 14 of the primer. And then finally, lanu. Lanu is to, for, lamed, la, preposition. Nu, us, to, for, us. That can be found in chapter 16 of the primer. So taken all together, this phrase would be B'shel mi hara hazot lanu. On account of who this evil is upon us. On account of who this evil is upon us. Or to us, literally. But upon us sounds a little bit better in English. Okay, let us backtrack a little bit and translate the whole thing. V'yomeru ish el re'ehu, and they said, each man to his fellow, Lechu, come, v'napila goralot, and we will cast lots, v'neda, and we will know, we shall know, or let us know, or so that we may know, b'shel mi, on account of who, hara hazot, is this evil, lanu, to us or on us, upon us. Yapilu, yapilu, again, this is the same root as napila. Yapilu, we've seen it before, is in the hifil imperfect. Let's go through this chart again. The root here is nafal, nun, fe, lamed. Apil, I will cast. Napil, we will cast. Tapil, you will cast. Tapilu, you plural, atem. Tapili, you feminine will cast. At. Tapelna, aten, you will cast. Plural. Yapil, he will cast. Yapilu, they will cast. Masculine. Tapil, she will cast. Tapelna, they will cast. Feminine. We found in chapter 25 of the primer. Okay. Also note that we are back in the Vav Patach territory. Therefore, we're dealing with a Vav Hipuk. So Vav plus an imperfect equals a perfect. Vayapilu. Okay. Yapilu, they will cast. Plus a Vav equals Vayapilu, and they cast. That can be found in chapter 17 of the primer. Okay, let's backtrack. Translate. V'yomru ish el re'ehu, and they said, ish el re'ehu, each man to his fellow, lechu, come, v'napila goralot, and we will cast lots, v'neda, and that so that we may know, or and let us know, b'shel mi, on account of who, hara hazot, is this evil, lanu, upon us. Yapilu goralot, and they cast lots. Goralot, lots. Vayipol hagoral al Jonah. Okay, we're using these same roots over and over in this verse. Vayipol, this time it's in the pa'al imperfect. Nafal, nun fe lamed. We've seen this root before, but not in the pa'al. And the pa'al, it means very clearly to fall. So epol, I will fall. Nipol, we will fall. Tipol, you will fall. Masculine. Tiplu, you plural. Atin. Tipli, at, she will fall. Tipol na, aten, you plural feminine. Yipol, he or it, masculine, will fall. Yiplu, they will fall. Masculine. Tipol, he, she, or it, feminine, will fall. And tipol na, they, feminine, will fall. The word here is yipol. V'yipol. Okay, yipol, that is, it will fall. It has a vav attached to it. So that is a vav hahipuk, vav patach plus imperfect equals perfect. V'yipol, yipol means they will fall. Excuse me, rather, it means it will fall in this case. Vav hahipuk flips it, v'yipol, and it fell. Can be found in chapter 17 of the primer. Al Jonah, al, preposition, on or upon. Jonah, Jonah. The Gorol fell on Jonah. Okay, chapter 7 of the primer. Okay, let's put it all together in a translation, which I hope is coherent. V'yomru ish el re'ehu. And they said, ish el re'ehu, each man to his fellow, lechu, come. V'napil gorolot, let us cast lots. V'neda, and so that we may know, or let us know, and we will know. B'shel mi hara hazot lanu, on account of who is this evil upon us. V'yiplu gorolot, and they cast lots. V'yipol hagorol al Jonah, and the lot fell upon Jonah. Okay, translation that I give. And each man said to his fellow, come and let us cast lots, and we will know on account of who this evil is upon us. And they cast lots, and the lot fell on Jonah. Okay, that was Jonah, verse 7, chapter 1, verse 7. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was helpful. Again, to my supporters, I appreciate your help. I hope to do much more in the future. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please let me know. I always enjoy hearing from you. Kol Tov, Hazak Rava. Keep learning.